susunod na programa ay rated PG. Ito ay nangangailangan ng patnubay at gabay ng magulang para sa mga batang manonood.
Tales of Songpo Library. An old photo of Songpo Library. On a crisp autumn evening in the years of the Republican period, a rickshaw puller pulled outside the Songpo Library on Shihu Hutong in the western city. His passenger shuffled out of the carriage, paid his driver, and then vanished. The frightened driver claimed the only thing he saw was a single peacock feather, just like the ones who adorn the hats of king officials floating through the air. Even more mysterious, the coin he took from his passenger was no longer a newly minted Yuan Shikai coin, but instead an old copper coin bearing the name of the Shunzi emperor who hadn't ruled Beijing since the 17th century. Other stories tell that the ghost presence who haunts the Hutong to the present day, but not everyone is sure just whose spirit is to blame. The most popular suspect is Chen Wanwan, the unfortunate concubine of the 17th century general Wu Sangyi. Most people in China know the story of General Wu. He was a Ming imperial officer charged with guarding the pass where the Great Wall meets the ocean. In 1644, Beijing was being threatened by a combined army of rebels and bandits led by Li Zicheng and Zhang Xiaozong. When they stormed the gates of the city, the last emperor of the Ming dynasty hanged himself from a tree at the base of Jingshan, the artificial hill just behind the Forbidden City. The rebel army seized the palace and began pillaging and looting the city. General Wu then faced a dilemma: stay at his post and guard the wall against the armies of the imperial regent Dorgon and the Manchus to the north, or head south and rescue the capital from the forces of Li Zicheng. General Wu chose to fight Li Zicheng, turning his coat and allying with the Manchus in the fight to save Beijing. The combined armies of Wu Sangyi and Dorgon routed to the bandits, but also afforded the Manchus of the Qing Empire that opportunity to bring their armies and emperor south of the wall. The Qing Empire would rule China and Inner Asia from 1644 until the abdication of Puyi in 1912. Apocryphal histories, most recorded over a century later, tell of love that Wu Sangyi had an courtesan Chen Yuanwan. The death of his emperor wasn't enough to move Wu Sangyi, but when he heard that the bandit King Li Jizhen had taken Chen Yuanwan for his own, the jealous general decided to march his troop to Beijing. Bringing a full can of Manchu, Wu asked with him in form of Dorgon's army. Dorgon's prize, Wu's surrender and the keys to the kingdom. After the Qing Empire moved its ruler and capital to Beijing, General Wu became a useful tool in the wars to consolidate Qing rule throughout China. Every time a member of the Ming imperial family declared themselves a new emperor in some far-flung part of the country, the Manchus sent General Wu out to hunt down and kill the claimant to the throne. For his effectiveness at this bloody game of Wak Amin, the Qing court rewarded Wu Sangyi with his own fiefdom in Yunnan. Wu Sangyi set up his court in Kunming, bringing him the beautiful Chen Yuan. But things soon soured between the turncoat general and the beauty who brought down a dynasty. Chen Yuan fell out of favor with Wu, whose other wives, especially the Lady Zheng, were jealous of Chen Yuan. They spread rumors about Yuan, poisoning the ear of Wu Sangyi. In despair, Yuan fled and became a nun at a temple near Kunming. A few years later, Wu Sangyi turned his coat one more time, but his attempt to carve his own kingdom out of southern China cost him dearly. As the armies of the Kangxi Emperor crushed Wu's rebellion, Wu's family committed suicide, and even the strange courtesan turned nun Chen Yuan followed Wu into death. But why she shoot Hutong? Is her pain so great that her apparition hovers above a place in Beijing where she lived for only a brief time and possibly not at all? Her death and that her lover Wu happened thousands of miles away, so why return to the capital? Perhaps as at least one writer has urged, the ghost of Shi Hu Hutong and the Songpo library is not Chen Yuanwan but her lover, the turncoat General Wu. Stripped of his peacock feathers for disloyalty so that it floats in space above the capital he betrayed. Whoever is this ghost might not be alone on the lane. The home of Xiao Sui-Qin, the author of Dream of the Red Chamber, once stood at number 33 Shihu Hutong. In aerial times, local residents reporting hearing the sounds of a music and a woman chanting. Could this be Chen Yuanwan reliving her life on the stage or chanting scripture from the great beyond? Or is another spirit similarly cursed to haunt the neighborhood? Today, Shihu Hutong is a narrow lane between side, a honky-tonk food court with fried squids, wick, lemonade, and of course a McDonald's. On the other, metal fencing covered the plastic printed propaganda promising preservation of Beijing's historic place. It's a facade, of course. The imperial era buildings inside the fencing are mostly in the advanced stages of urban entropy. Songpo Library is a shell to Xiao Sheking's residence. Its desperate need of repair. There's no sign of construction is going behind the fencing or what it is the future of these structures, but for now, it just be Beijing's most haunted construction site.